Hello there my friends, and welcome to the first video development update for Ultimate Skyrim. You can expect these updates every other week on Fridays. Very quickly, I'd like to greet my newest patrons. Thank you all very much for your contributions, and now on to the update. This video will focus primarily on Beta version 3, which will release at the end of next week. Also, since this is the first ever video update, I'd like to catch you guys up on the mods and features that are already present in the 4.0 beta. One word of warning, the beta is intended for proficient modders who know how to troubleshoot their own issues. Each beta version includes basic instructions, but they will not hold your hand in the same way as the public releases. Finally, I'd like to announce that regular video content will resume on Monday with Kingdom Come Deliverance, and you can expect episodes on Wednesdays and Fridays as well. So first things first, Beta version 3. This is the newest version of the Ultimate Skyrim 4.0 beta, and it basically consists of two major features. The first is integration of Requiem version 2.0.1, also known as the Phantom Agony. For those of you who don't know, Requiem is the massive overhaul at the core of Ultimate Skyrim, so an update to Requiem is a huge deal for the Ultimate Skyrim experience. The newest version contains massive changes to combat, to stealth gameplay, lockpicking, crafting, food and drink. There's Hearthfire support now, and a million bug fixes, and just the general polish and quality that we've come to expect from the Requiem team. So I'm very excited to announce that Ultimate Skyrim now utilizes Requiem's newest version. The second major component of Beta version 3 is a brand new proprietary death system developed by our very own Señor Gato Negro. We developed this mechanic as an alternative to permadeath because we still wanted hardcore death consequences without requiring players to reset their MCM settings every time they die. On game start, players now have a choice between our new death mechanic, classic permadeath, or vanilla death handling. If you opt for the new death mechanic, which I highly recommend, it will work like this. Whenever you sleep in a bed that isn't owned by someone else, you can set it as your spawn point. When you die, you will respawn at your bed, having lost all of your skill progress, and also all of your items, which will remain where you died. You can recover your items if you can retrieve them without dying, but if you die again, your items are permanently gone, so I encourage you to be very careful and also to keep backup supplies so that you're prepared to retrieve your items if you need to. There are a few minor changes in Beta version 3 as well. You will find that many of the game's major gold sinks are much more expensive, such as houses and horses. Horses are also much tougher to justify their increased price, and with the new death mechanics, houses are much more useful as spawn points, since they provide storage for backup equipment, as well as a safe place to get your bearings and plan your next move after dying. Alternatively, you can prepare for death by dotting the landscape with survival caches, using a cleared dungeon as a makeshift base, or even building your own home out in the wild. Each option has pros and cons depending on the resources and abilities that your character possesses. Finally, I'd like to catch you guys up on the mods already present in the 4.0 beta from versions 1 and 2, so that you can have a sense of our progress so far. In alphabetical order, these are all Thieves Guild jobs concurrently, which allows you to have multiple Thieves Guild jobs at once, Art of the Catch, which adds real-time fishing to Skyrim, Bathing in Skyrim, which adds hygiene gameplay, complete with buffs and debuffs for clean and dirty characters respectively. Cob Positioner, which allows for precise positioning of crafted items and buildings. Combat Evolved, which overhauls combat AI and enemy behaviors. Dot Crosshair and Thinner Compass, which re-implements the crosshair with a sleek dot instead of the horrid default reticle. Dragon Priest Mask Journal, which adds a journal to the game with clues to the locations of Dragon Priest masks. Dynamic Immersive Seriously Dark Dungeons, which overhauls dungeon darkness and turns all light sources into activators so they can be lit and extinguished at will. Hearthcraft, which adds base building, furniture crafting, and recipes for tons of new items and decorations. Hunterborn, which overhauls hunting gameplay and adds many new items and abilities for hunting characters to explore. Missives, which adds bulletin boards and localized quests to all major cities. Real bows, which replaces the default bow designs with more realistic alternatives. Real roads for Skyrim, which gives roads a much fuller and more realistic appearance, including parallax textures for lighting. Religion, which adds these amazing worshipping mechanics for the divines and Daedric princes, and also includes mechanics for player meditation for the agnostics among you. Severin Manor improvements, which vastly improves the Severin Manor house from Dragonborn. Skyrim Souls, which unpauses the game menus and ups the tension of combat and pretty much every other part of the game as well. It also allows for some real-time reading, which is nice. Snowfall Weathers and E&B, which overhauls the visuals with incredible new weathers and lighting. Spellsword, which adds new spellcasting mechanics and allows for powerful hybrid builds. Train and Study, which allows you to trade time for experience by studying skill books or training with combat dummies. Underwater Treasure, which adds hidden goodies to many of Skyrim's underwater locations. And finally, XP32 Maximum Skeleton Extended, which adds new features and stability to the original XP32 Maximum Skeleton. Hopefully that's enough information to keep you guys occupied, and I will be back in 2 weeks with another video update. I'll also see you on Monday with that first episode of Kingdom Come, which I'm really looking forward to. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.